Good day, viewers. You are welcome back to Tindanious Maths and Science Tutorials. If this is your first time, kindly share, like, comment and subscribe for more interesting videos and updates. Today we are going to consider what we already know, which is the product rule. Okay, so far as calculus is concerned. But in this tutorials, we are going to link the product rule when giving trigonometric functions. That is sine, tan, cos, cosec, sec, and what have you. Do you get it that way? Alright. So if this is your first time, kindly visit my previous lecture videos where I have dealt with the product rule. So let's see how we can apply this to trigonometric functions. Now, when you have a function of, say, f of x, okay, this way, then you have u times v. So far as the product rule is concerned, what do? You differentiate this function, okay, with respect to whatever you are being given, okay, with respect to a certain variable, say x. Then you keep the second function constant. Afterwards, you differentiate the second function, okay, then you keep the first function the same, okay, as a constant. All right, so that is simply the product rule. You differentiate this, then you keep this. After that, then you differentiate this, then you keep this. That is the whole idea of the product rule. So viewers, so the product rule, we have two functions multiplying, right? So I can call this function f or u. Then I can call this function j or v. So what do? The product rule says that when you differentiate y with respect to x, I have what? I have dy over dx, right? Which is equal to, now the product rule say you differentiate the first function, which is my f or the u. Okay, then you maintain your second function, which is what? Which is the j. Then plus, then you keep the first function, then you differentiate what? The second function. As simple as that. Now, what is f prime? This is your f. When you differentiate your f, which is your x squared, what do you have? You have 2x. Then times your j. Where is my j? This is my j. My j is sine 2x. Which is what? Which is my times sine 2x. Then plus, I'll maintain my f, this function, which is what? X squared. So I have my x squared, then times the j prime means I have to differentiate sine 2x. If I differentiate sine, I have what? I have cos. Then I have what? 2x over there. Then times, viewers, I've treated this into details, how to differentiate trigonometry functions. So if I have sine of 2x, what you do is, if you differentiate this, you get cos. Then you maintain your angle or your argument, which is your 2x. Then times, then you now differentiate whatever is inside the parentheses. So I have 2x. If I differentiate 2x, I have 2. So I have 2. So 2 then multiplies the function. That's the whole idea. So here, what do I have? I have 2x over here, right? You differentiate 2x, you have your 2 over here. So I have 2x, then sine 2x, then plus 2 times x squared. I have 2x squared, then cos 2x. As simple as that. You can decide to end here or you can factorize. I have 2x here, 2x here. So I have my 2x here, right? So open bracket, what do I have? I have sine 2x, then plus, what do I have here? I have my x. Then I have cos of 2x. This way, as simple as that, such that when you multiply 2x by this, you have 2x sine 2x. Then plus, if I multiply 2x times x, I have 2x squared then cos 2x. This is the first example. So far as Tindanious Maths and Science YouTube channel is concerned, we are going to appreciate other x. So we are find dy over dx, given that the function y equals x to the power 3 multiplying sine 5x, right? So we already know that we said f, this is f, so we say let the function f be equal to x what? S cubed, right? And your j to be equal to sine 5x. So if you differentiate f, you get f prime, which is equal to, so you have 3x to the power 2, right? We've been doing this all this while. Well, when you differentiate j, you get j prime, which is equal to, so if you differentiate this, what do you have? You have, if you differentiate sine, you get cos. So I have cos 5x, right? Then times, now you differentiate this, okay? You differentiate 5x, what do you have? You have 5, which is 5 over here. So j prime will give me what? 5 cos 5 what? X. As simple as that. So now, what is the product rule saying? The product rule is saying that we have y, which is equal to your function f, multiplying another function sine x. That's another function j. Okay, it says that dy dx will become 5, that's f prime times j, then plus f times j prime. That is the product rule. Do I know f prime? Yes, f prime is what? It's 3x squared. So I have 3x squared 10 times j. Do I know j? J squared. This is my j, which is sine 5x. Then plus, do I know f? F, this is f, which is x to the power 3. X cubed, then times, do I know j prime? J prime is what? We have 5, then cos 5 what? X. So we have dy over dx to be equal to, so I have 3x squared times sine 5x, then plus 5 times x to the power 3 is 5x cubed, then I have cos 5x this way. As simple as that. You can decide to, factorize. You factorize x to the power 3. What do you have? You have this x to the power 2. So this is 3 and this is 2, okay? So you have 3, then sine 5x, then plus 5x cos 5x. As simple as that. So s to the power 2 times this gives this, then plus x to the power 2 times the whole of this gives this. Let's solve the last example to end the session for today. Okay, considering the last question. So differentiate with respect to x, given that y is equal to cos x times cot x, okay? So cot here is just simply what? Cotangent, okay? Cos here is what? Is the cosine function. So what do we know? We have two functions multiplying. So quickly employ the product rule, okay? Where this is your f and this is your j. So I have dy over dx is equal to, the product rule states that if I differentiate the first function, I'll maintain the second function, okay? That means I want to keep it constant. Then plus, I'll maintain the first function and I'll differentiate the second function. So now, if I differentiate f, what do I have? If I differentiate cos, I will get what? I'll get negative sign, not sine. Remember, I taught you all these tricks, okay? So I have negative sine what? Sine x. Okay, then you maintain your gym, which is your what? Your cos x, then plus what is my function f? F is what? The cos function, which is cos x, then times your gym prime. If I differentiate cotangent of x, what do I have? I have, viewers, remember, I have negative cosec squared x. We've been doing these things all this while, so you should be able to recall by now. Okay, so I have negative what? Sine x, then cos x. Okay, negative and positive, when they commute, we have negative, then I have what? Cos x, then cosec squared x. Now you can factorize the negative out, okay, if you want. So you can write this as, or you can just, let's work it this way, okay, to prevent or to avoid confusion. Now, viewers, from trigonometry, cotangent of x is the same as cos x over what? Over tan x. That is according to what? Trigonometry. So if that is the case, now whenever I see cot x, I'll put what? Cos x over what? Sorry, this is over sine x, right? So whenever I see cot x, it goes to what? Cos x over sine x. So let's do that. So I have negative sine x, then times cot x, which is what? Cos x over what? Over sine x. Then minus, I have my cos x, then cosec squared x. So cosec simply means what? Cosecant. Okay, so sine x cancels sine x. So what do we have? We have negative cos x, then minus what? Cos x, then cosecant squared x. So this is the result when you differentiate y with respect to what? With respect to x. Viewers, this is the end of the product rule with trigonometry functions. See you next time. Bye.